Running does not have to suck as much as you think it does. I went from absolutely hating running to now completing 4 marathons, my fastest in the most recent one at London Marathon in a time of 2 hours 44 minutes. Now, I'm definitely not elite, not even sub-elite, but the biggest success that I've found is that I actually enjoy training now. And if you enjoy training, you're naturally going to get results because of this. You'll find a good sign that you do enjoy it is post-marathon, you're not completely burnt out and you don't mind running again. I see a lot of people who are desperate to get a certain time in a certain distance. They punish themselves. Every run feels like an absolute chore. Then they might even achieve their race goal and afterwards they're completely burnt out. They realize they didn't enjoy the process. The result didn't even feel that sweet, or at least not as good as they thought it would. And then you go back to square one because it is easy to lose fitness. So you need to come up with a plan. You need to make sure that you actually enjoy running for what it is. You enjoy your weekly schedule. And for some of you, that might be running less than you are. So in this video, we'll go through 7 different points to help transform and transition you from someone who hates it or maybe slightly dislikes it, but then loves it. Let's get into it. Point number 1 is that slower is not always better. We see a lot of information online at the moment about zone 2 running, keeping your heart rate down and keeping your pace nice and slow. But guess what? When you first start out, if you haven't got loads of years of experience running, your heart rate is obviously going to be high on any run you do. So I do not think the best thing to do here is to run walk. I do not think the best thing to do here is constantly look at your watch, check your heart rate, make sure you're in a certain zone. And just to be clear, I'm not saying that you go out and race a 5K every run. But it's also not to just run as slowly as possible and let your watch solely dictate your pace, because at the beginning you will just end up walk running, which is no fun. The goal is to run at the right effort for you. Now, of course, if you're doing interval runs, this is different. I'm just talking about a nice, casual, easy or steady run throughout the week. You just want to settle into a pace where you can have a conversation, speak in short sentences. You're not completely blown out, but you're also not constantly worried about the data. I think if you stress about right at the start of it being a competition of how low you can get your heart rate, you're not going to enjoy the process at all. You are just trying to build the habit of consistently running, trying to build your aerobic engine. And so you need to learn to run off effort and feel. Now, if you're finding it too uncomfortable, too difficult, you slow down. If you're finding it too easy, then speed up. But this kind of effort and feeling is how you're going to get in a rhythm with your running, how you're going to be able to switch off, think about other things, decompress, see it as some form of meditation rather than a punishment, and then you'll be well on your way to enjoying it. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, which I already somewhat touched on, and it is acceptance of your heart rate being fairly high at the start. Now, I'm not saying low heart rate training doesn't work, but what I'm saying is that at the beginning, when you start running, your heart rate is probably going to be higher than you want it to be. Now, the good thing with this is that progress comes pretty fast. You'll notice the changes quite quickly. So see this as motivation to get better rather than getting disappointed because you're not as fit as you want to be. That mindset shift will massively help you think positively about running and therefore hopefully enjoy the process. Tip number 3 is give the run a job before you start. What I mean by this is that you should know exactly what the run's purpose is before you begin running. You don't want to be making up sessions or making things up as you go along, being like, oh, I feel really good today, I might try a little interval run or go a little bit faster. But having a plan beforehand removes the guesswork, means that you actually stick to the structure, gets you mentally prepared for what's to come, and provides a lot of variety throughout your training week so you actually enjoy it. If it's just go for a run Monday, go for a run Wednesday, go for a run on the weekend, with no variety in there, not only is this not optimal to get faster for your own training, but it also becomes quite boring. It's basically like prescribing yourself 3 treadmill runs every week at the same pace, at the same distance. Having this variety will mean you get faster, which is then more motivating. And then when you see progress, you want to do more of it. You reinforce it in your brain. The main problem that I see a lot of people do is they go, oh, I did 5K last week at this pace. Now I'm going to just go slightly faster than I did and try and do a time trial every week. But you're just going to burn out. You're also going to plateau very quickly and you're focusing on the wrong thing. Instead, before the run, you want to think, is this a long run? Is this an easy run, switch off run like we spoke about before, where we don't let our watch dictate our pace? We just go out and keep a nice nice controlled effort? Is it an interval run where I'm running faster than I'm comfortable with, but then having rest in between? Or is it a long tempo run where it's like uncomfortably hard, long running? This is what you need to know how to do beforehand. If you struggle with building your own structure and would like to apply for coaching, the info is in the description below. Moving on. Tip number 4 is make the first 10 minutes embarrassingly easy. There is something called cardiac drift, where over the run, over the effort, your HR will climb even if you're holding the same pace. Therefore, you need to start at a lower end of the effort scale, 0 to 10, maybe like a 2 or 3. 1, this will get you out the door. 2, it means the first 5-10 minutes will fly past. 3, you'll then get into a rhythm once you're past this point to then hopefully enjoy the rest of the run. The worst thing that you can do is sprint out the door before you're even warmed up. Your heart rate then lags. It will then skyrocket a few minutes into your run, and then you'll start to struggle, you'll be demotivated, and you'll want to stop. So instead, give your body time to warm up, and if you hate warm-ups like I do, use those first 10 minutes within your run to ease and build into it. The other thing as well is you can never start too easy. You could start at a slow pace, build into it, and enjoy the rest of the run, or speed up to make up for it. But if you start way too hard, then what will happen is you spend the rest of the time on your run trying to just get your HR down, trying to get your effort down, trying to not sweat uncontrollably. So be smart about how you start that effort. It's going to make the rest of the run a lot more enjoyable. Number 5 is pick easy routes. At the beginning, you don't need to be climbing stupid hills where your quads are burning, your glutes are on fire, then the next day you have delayed onset muscle soreness where you can barely get out of bed or walk. That's just going to put you off. Pick nice, easy routes that you know well, that you can switch off, that is ideally fairly scenic or different. You just want to make it more fun. You don't want it too repetitive or boring. And if you do accidentally run into some elevation, then of course pull back the effort. You don't need to be maintaining the same pace. You don't need to be killing yourself up this hill. Just make sure, if you can, that you make your environment work for you. And I find a really good tip is that if you want to run a certain distance, you make sure that the full loop that you're going is that distance. You don't want to be doing multiple loops where then you're running past your flat or house midway through the run, because most of the time you'll just stop halfway and go, actually, I've probably had enough. Your brain has a very easy way to convince you and come up with these excuses to finish it early. So I would literally do half the distance away from your house and then the second half on the way back. That way you're way more likely to complete your intended run. Tip number 6 is to fuel and hydrate appropriately for the conditions. Right now, it's a crazy heat wave in London. So I'm having an electrolyte before, I'm fueling more than I would throughout the run, stopping for hydration breaks. And you have to accept the fact, which goes back to my point earlier, that your heart rate, your effort is going to be higher depending on the conditions. That's why if you're obsessed with this data, you're just not going to enjoy the run, because you're going to be like, am I going backwards? Because I swear this pace at this effort was like way faster than last week. But there's so many different factors that can affect your run, your sleep, your hydration, your fueling, the heat. So it's just making sure that you lock into the appropriate effort and you get the run done. Trust me, it's going to be way more enjoyable. And it's just a reminder that you don't get added bonus points or extra fitness if you have incredible grit and you're really struggling because you're underfueled, underhydrated, and you just about get through the run and you're really proud of yourself because it was difficult. Not every run should just be absolutely brutal. If it is and you feel like you're really forcing it and forcing the fitness, you're just not going to be able to stay consistent. You're not going to enjoy the process. And the last and final tip, number 7, is stop expecting every run to feel good. Yes, you will have those moments. You'll have a segment of a run where you're like, wow, this feels easy. I'm in control. I'm loving life right now. You're in that flow state, but that's not going to happen all the time. There will be some runs where you really struggle for motivation, which goes back to my point before about having a plan so that you just stick to the plan. And there'll be some runs, even when you start out the run, that you're like, I hate this. This isn't so fun. But once you get through those moments, it's about building that feedback loop and that reward system so that afterwards you're like, oh, that was worth it. I did enjoy it in hindsight. And it's accepting that not every run is going to be super easy. It also doesn't mean that you've lost fitness if suddenly one run feels like horrendously bad, your legs feel heavy, your heart rate through the roof. You're like, wow, why is this so tough? I certainly felt this after I took off a bit of time after London Marathon. I came back and I was like, all my fitness is gone, but it's not the case. It just takes a bit of time to get back in the rhythm, maybe a week or two, not a lot of time. So you might need a little bit of grit to just get through those initial runs. But once you do so, trust me, stick with it and it does get better over the other side. And your goal should not be to make every run perfect anyway. It should be to create a schedule that's sustainable enough over the long term so that you see results and you actually enjoy the process. So if your running feels miserable right now, trust me, it won't always feel like this. I certainly felt exactly like you when I first started. It does get better. I'd say the biggest things is having a goal to work towards, having variety in your training, being kind to yourself, accepting that not every run's going to be easy. Some runs will be horrific. You will struggle with low motivation, but take on these tips, stick with it. Once that fitness is built, it becomes easier from that point. And once you get to the stage where you finish a run and you feel like, oh, I could have done that exact distance over again, that's when you know you're in a really good place. Hope you enjoyed the video. Click subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more info on coaching plans, training plans, click the link below, and I will see you in the next video.